I'm Chelsea, and this is Better Balance for Seniors. Did you know that one of baseball's healthiest traditions started over 100 years ago because the president needed to stretch his legs? Yep, legend has it that during a game in 1910, President Howard Taft stood up in the middle of the 7th inning because he was uncomfortable. And out of respect, the entire crowd stood up too. And just like that, the 7th inning stretch was born. But here's the thing. After 2 hours of sitting, your body needs a break just as much as those baseball fans did. Sitting too long can really slow your circulation, stiffen your joints, and zap your energy. That's why today I want to help you create your very own 7th inning stretch, a simple habit to keep you moving and feeling great throughout your day. So pause what you're doing, stand up, and join me for a few quick stretches that anyone can do from home. Let's get moving. The first thing I want you to do is stand up nice and tall, and we're just gonna march because circulation plays such a huge role in your energy. And when you've been sitting too long, your body is not circulating your blood as efficiently. And all of your muscles and your brain need that fresh oxygenated blood to help you feel stronger and more energized. So try to get your knees as high as you're able. And we're just gonna march in place for a couple seconds here. All right, now separate your feet about as wide as your hips or a little bit wider. And we're gonna try to counter that rounded posture that we tend to have when we're sitting down. So I want you to push your hips forward as far as you're able and pull your shoulders back. If you can, tilt your chin up and look up at the ceiling. Get a big stretch here. Try to feel a nice stretch in the front of your hip flexors there. And then exhale, clasp the hands together. Pull the shoulders forward, chin down to the chest, slight bend in your knees, and hold here. On the next inhale, I want you to open up as big as you can. Push those hips forward. Take a deep breath in, chin up, and exhale. Pull forward. Get a big stretch in your upper back. And then again, we're gonna inhale nice and big, pushing those hips forward as much as we can, really opening up the front line of your body. Exhale, clasp the hands, pull shoulders forward, chin to the chest, slight bend in the knee. And then inhale, open your arms, push your hips forward. On your next exhale, if you'd like, you can try exhaling all the way down to touch your toes. You can hold here for a second and then bend your knees slightly and roll up one vertebra at a time with a rounded spine until you're all the way at the top. And we're just gonna roll the shoulders back a few times when you get to the top. That was great. Now I want you to place your hands on your hips and we're gonna stretch the hips to one side. Keep your spine nice and long. If you want, you can look up towards the ceiling. Feel a nice stretch along the side of your body here. Hold for a couple seconds and then go ahead and come back to center. And we're just gonna go in the other direction. Push your hips all the way to the side. Make it as big as you can. Elongate your spine, stretch this side of your body. Tilt your chin upward if you like. Remember to bring those shoulders down away from the ears. Come back to center. And let's do that one more time on each side, pushing the hips to the side. Bringing those shoulders away from the ears, tilting the chin upward, feeling a really nice stretch here. Come back to center. One more time to the other side, pushing the hips over, shoulders down, looking upward. Beautiful. And come back to center. Now I want you to place your hands on a counter, a wall, or a chair. You're gonna take a big step back with one leg. Your front knee should be bent and it should be just over the ankle. And you're gonna hold here, and I want you to feel this stretch on the back of this leg. Push that knee nice and straight, and lift your chest, shoulders down, elongate your spine. You wanna be in one straight line from the crown of your head all the way down to your heel, pushing down into that heel. And now I want you to straighten your front knee and keep your spine nice and long, and then reach your chest forward. And if you can drop your chest down, getting a nice stretch along the back side of this hamstring here. Hold it here. Find a nice stretch. Both knees are straight. And then slowly start to lift your chest back up, bend into the front knee, and step forward with your other foot. And we'll do the other side. So take a big step back with your other foot. Keep a nice little bend in the front knee. And I want you to keep your chest lifted, shoulders down, and feel a nice stretch along the calf here, the back side of that leg. Hold it here. Take a deep breath. And then I want you to straighten your front knee. Keep the back leg straight as well. Make sure your hips are square, facing forward. And then you're going to reach your chest forward, keeping your spine nice and long. And if you want, you can come down a little further until you feel that perfect stretch along your hamstring muscle. Trying to keep this knee straight if you can. Hold it here, and make sure when you're stretching, you're not forcing anything. You're trying to relax your muscles and lengthen them and get into those stiff areas. And then you are slowly going to lift your chest, slight bend in the front knee, bring the other foot to meet it, and then you can just wiggle your shoulders out a little bit and go about the rest of your day. Try to set a timer so that every 2 hours you can get up and do your version of the 7th inning stretch. You can make this anything you want. Notice where you're having any tightness or stiffness, and every 2 hours try to stand up and move your body. I've seen so many people get weak, get pressure sores, and just get really stiff just from sitting in one position for too long. So your body likes it when you're changing positions as much as possible throughout the day. So try out this 7th inning stretch and let me know what you think. Thanks for being here.